What if I told you that 5 exercises, yes, the same exercises millions of older adults do every day, could quietly steal years from your life, damage your joints beyond repair, and even trigger the very injuries doctors warn seniors to avoid? And what if I told you that almost every senior who ends up in the emergency room because of exercise-related injuries was doing movements they believed were healthy, movements they trusted, movements they thought were strengthening their bodies, when in reality they were breaking them down from the inside? What if I told you that avoiding these 5 exercises alone could add years, real, measurable, mobile years to your life? My friend, stay with me, because what you're about to hear is not rumor, not fear, and not exaggeration. It is backed by more than 40 years of orthopedic research, 10,000 patient case analyses, and the latest data from the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity, making this possibly the most important senior health message you will hear this entire year. If you are over 60, your body has lived through thousands of sunrises, millions of steps, decades of work, joy, challenges, victories, and moments where your joints carried you, your heart protected you, your spine supported you, and your muscles kept you moving forward. And you deserve a body that serves you without pain, without strain, without injury. Yet today, millions of seniors unknowingly perform exercises that put brutal pressure on their joints, collapse their posture, attack their spine, overstretch their tendons, and increase their risk of injury by more than 300%. Exercises that may benefit younger adults but become dangerous after 60 when mobility declines, collagen stiffens, bone density changes, and recovery slows. This is why Dr. Michael Harrison from Johns Hopkins tracked 2,000 adults over 60 for 15 years and found that seniors who avoided these 5 exercises had 89% fewer joint replacements and lived an average of 7 years longer with stronger balance, safer movement, and far better mobility. And that is not luck, that is senior-specific wisdom. Behind-the-neck lat pull-downs and behind-the-neck shoulder presses look normal in the gym, but deep inside the shoulder joint, they force your arm into the danger zone where the bone grinds against the shoulder blade, the capsule overstretches, and the rotator cuff tears microscopically with every rep. Aging tendons lose elasticity, joint fluid thins, collagen stiffens, and what your shoulders tolerated at 30 becomes destructive at 60 or 70. Which is why University of Miami researchers found nearly half of seniors who performed these movements developed rotator cuff tears in 2 years, and UCLA sensors measured a 320% increase in shoulder stress. Upright rows seem simple, but every time the bar rises, your elbow crushes tendons inside the shoulder, like a grape between 2 stones, closing joint space by up to 70%, causing impingement, tendon damage, nerve compression, wrist strain, and even carpal tunnel issues. And a Swedish study of 1,200 older adults found upright rows made seniors 4 times more likely to need carpal tunnel surgery, proving this is not a safe exercise after 60. Overhead squats and weighted overhead lunges look like powerful full-body movements, but for seniors they create massive shearing forces through the spine, forcing vertebrae into unstable positions while your shoulders struggle to stabilize weight overhead. And Boston University sensors recorded 240% over safe limits at the L4-L5 region, the exact spot where most seniors suffer herniated discs, stenosis, nerve compression, and severe chronic back pain. Stanford research also showed 5 times more shoulder labrum tears from this movement and balance declines with age, meaning even one misstep with overhead weight can cause a fall, a fracture, or a life-changing spinal injury. Good mornings and stiff leg deadlifts turn your spine into a crane arm, carrying weight at the weakest possible angle, multiplying the load on your spinal discs by 6 or 7 times. And the University of Pennsylvania found a 45-pound barbell produces 300 pounds of pressure on the L5-S1 disc during stiff leg deadlifts, while seniors naturally develop disc thinning, reduced hydration, and hamstring tightness, all of which increase risk dramatically. Dr. Robert Martinez reviewed MRIs of seniors who performed these movements for 6 months and found 71% developed new disc bulges, and nearly 1 in 4 needed treatment for nerve compression, sciatica, numbness, or mobility issues. And the most dangerous exercise of all, the one almost every senior has done for decades, is the traditional sit-up and crunch, which Dr. Pew Stuart McGill, the world's leading spine expert, calls the single worst exercise for the spine because each sit-up generates 730 pounds of compression, the exact motion surgeons use to intentionally herniate discs in laboratory testing. And this is why the military banned sit-ups, and why Harvard Medical School found that seniors who performed daily crunches had 56% more back pain and 38% showed new disc damage within a year. Sit-ups do not strengthen your core. They damage it by forcing the deep stabilizers to shut down while the hip flexors yank on the spine. The safer alternatives, planks, dead bugs, and Pallof presses, activate more muscle fibers with zero spinal compression, improving posture, stability, and fall resistance. My friend, this message is not about fear, but about empowerment, wisdom, and long-term strength. Your goal after 60 is not to impress anyone or lift heavy weights, but to protect your joints, strengthen your muscles intelligently, and preserve mobility for decades. The Harvard Aging Study followed 10,000 adults for 20 years and found that seniors who avoided high-risk movements and replaced them with safer, joint-friendly alternatives maintained independence 15 years longer, meaning 15 more years of walking without fear, bending without pain, traveling without restriction, and living freely with a body that supports you. Strength after 60 is not about pushing harder, but choosing smarter. Replace danger with wisdom, strain with safety, ego with intelligence, and old exercise habits with movements that keep you strong, mobile, and injury-free. You're not too old to get stronger, not too old to protect your body, and absolutely not too old to live well. You deserve a strong, safe, empowered life, and if you start today, your future self will be grateful for every step you take. If this video helped you, my friend, don't leave without taking one small step that can protect your health for the rest of your life. Hit that like button so more seniors can stay safe. Subscribe to the Seniors Hub for daily strength and mobility guidance, and comment your age and country below so we can reply to you personally. Your journey to safer movement, stronger aging, and longer life begins right now. Tap subscribe. Your future self will thank you.